Okay, greetings and welcome to Plus 94, to all of our special guests. Every year, once a year, we try and open our doors to our friends, to our colleagues, and to the public to talk about market research, statistical sampling, correlation analysis. And no, we don't talk about that because our friends get very bored. So we talk about heritage. And as we celebrate this Heritage Month, we've got some important information to share with you. Right here, if this gentleman may stand, he is the one pictured on the left there. Please give him a round of applause. His name is Ntebe Molope. He is the big author of the mighty book, King Mzilikazi kaMashobana. He is going to be talking about King Mzilikazi today, and he's going to be talking about that book. I bet you didn't know about it, but now you do know. And sitting next to him, if you may stand, sir, his name is Clyde Preston. Please give him a round of welcome as well. He is the author of the book, Send Teachers to My People. What a relevant book. I can't wait to listen to him speak about this book. And I see that probably there will be copies available very soon for us to buy. I can't wait to read that book. While we are all still getting excited and getting warmed up, I just wanted to highlight that September is also African Geniuses Month. African geniuses are those Africans that go further than what most of us do, that do work that is outstanding, that is at a scale that is beyond normal. And this process allows us as research companies to investigate, to dig deep into each individual nominee. And we started with a process that involved more than 100 nominations, and we are now down to the finalists, the African Genius Nominees. The reason why the African Genius Awards are important and why they exist is because we want to celebrate African achievers, because so many of them are so exceptionally talented that it is unbelievable. And we would like you to join us and support us in celebrating exceptional Africans. And the purpose of this short presentation by me is to tell them who these 16 individuals are, and to finally announce those of them that are geniuses. So when an individual becomes a nominee, it means that we believe as researchers, based on the data that we have, that this individual is something else. We believe this person should be showed by the rest of the continent and celebrated by all of us. So I will go through the names very quickly. There are 16 of them. And then I will finally announce the one genius. As you know, a genius is a very rare quality. There are so many that are exceptional, that come very close to being geniuses, but do not quite have that IQ of 270. And the genius that we have this year, we have a genius this year, does have that type of an IQ. And I will be announcing the name. So the first nominee, all the way from Ghana, but residing in the United Kingdom, is Professor Patricia Mawuli Porter. She has many awards that include the one that she got from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, the OBE, and is also the winner of the Ghana National Youth Achievers Awards. The second award is Senator Crystal Asige, who is all the way from Kenya. She's a senator in Kenya and focuses on disability rights and is an advocate as well as a musician. She, among other things, was named to the Time 100 Next and Kenya's top 40 under 40 and honored by several forums and bodies, including her outstanding achievements in the Startup Bill, which was very important for giving disabled people rights in Kenya. The next nominee is Professor Deji Aki Noande from Nigeria. And part of the aim of these awards is to actually make you aware of outstanding Africans, because I bet you didn't know any of them. But if you listen to what this Professor Akinwande has done, you will see why he is so deserving. He's a professor of electrical and computer engineering in Austin, Texas, and he's an academic and an inventor. And he has gotten many awards that include the US National Science Foundation, a career award in 2012. He has also received the US Presidential Picasso Award from President Obama, and amongst a list of other achievements. Can you imagine for a minute putting Professor Akinwande together with Professor Mauli Porter, together with Crystal, together in the same room? What kind of African talent you will have? The next one is from our own backyard, Professor Momogedi Pakeng. She's a mathematician, education scholar, former vice chancellor of the University of Cape Town, received many, many awards, amongst them Prestige National Award for Inspirational Women Achievers. The next one is Beth Koigi, all the way from Kenya. So many brilliant people in Kenya. Kenyan innovator and social entrepreneur, invented a solar-powered atmospheric water generator that extracts clean drinking water from air. Did you hear that? She's deadly. And the next outstanding African is Lucky Mashudu Nechi Zati, also from South Africa. He's an entrepreneur. He invented a smart glove which translates South African Sign Language into speech and text. And I met him, and I had the pleasure of talking to him here in this building. And I said, what inspired you to do this thing? He said, well, both my parents were deaf. So we have some outstanding Africans. And the next nominee under the African Genius Awards is Margaret Hirsch, who's the co-founder of Hirsch's Home Stores. So next time you see that brand and you go there to buy your fridge or your TV, you must know there's a woman behind it. That is the brains behind Hirsch's. And the next potential genius is Nicholas Pompignier Monad. He's an entrepreneur and the founder and chairperson of APO Group. He has won many, many awards, including being amongst the 100 most influential Africans. And the next one on our list is Daisy Mabato Molifi, all the way from Botswana. And she is an entrepreneur and a social innovation advocate recognized for women and youth empowerment in enterprise development. Here's another South African. The next one is Dr. Muchizi Mulondo, public health academic and digital health innovator. She has, as you can see as well, won many, many awards. And the problem, as they say, is that a prophet is never praised or recognized in his own homeland. And here today, we have the opportunity to recognize and praise our prophets and exceptional individuals. And the next one on our list is Dr. Dope Chris Nyan, who's a medical doctor, biomedical scientist, and the Director General for NPHIL. He has won the Innovation Prize for Africa in 2017 and the Humane Order of African Redemption under Archbishop Michael K. Francis in 2024. And the next one,
Lorna Ruto, based in Kenya. Kenyan environmental entrepreneur Lorna Ruto is leading the charge in sustainable development through her company EcoPost, which converts plastic waste into durable building materials. By tackling pollution and creating green jobs, especially for youth and women, she has turned an environmental crisis into an opportunity for economic empowerment. Ruto's model addresses urban waste management while promoting circular economic principles, positioning Kenya as a regional leader in eco-innovation. Her pioneering work has been recognized globally and serves as a blueprint for environmentally conscious enterprise that uplifts communities and drives sustainable growth across Africa.
And the next one, all the way from the Congo, first Congolese woman on the Forbes 30 under 30, lawyer and entrepreneur, founder and CEO of Zuri Luxury Hair Products. And the next one from, that looks like Togo, right? From Togo is media entrepreneur, founder of Trace TV and True Africa, Harvard Business School case study subject, Sloan Fellow, MIT, and the list goes on. And the next one is Dr. Chinasa T. Okolo, AI and Data Governance Specialist. The awards that she has received include named one of Time's 100 most influential people in AI. And you didn't know that she was an African from Nigeria. And the next one from South Africa is Nomso Kana, nuclear scientist, ICT entrepreneur, and involved a lot in 4IR. And some of the awards that she has received include the Ubuntu Award as well as Emerging Leaders Award. If I may invite you to clap hands for all our nominees. Thank you so much for the exceptional work that they've done. Thank you so much. We are so proud of this continent, especially this Heritage Month, especially today being Spring Day. We're really thrilled to be able to bring this research to you and to share this news with you, and hope that you will be able to spread this news to other people. What we need to do, what we're aiming to do as the African Genius Awards now, is to try and get them together. To try and get all these exceptional Africans together. And finally, one more act before I invite one of our leaders, Dr. Honorable His Excellency Mr. Dr. Maimane. Sorry, I'm still saying apologies for that. So I will now mention the Genius for 2025. We found one genius out of all the names that were presented to us. The nomination process is open to the public. It's on a website, priorityperformance.co.za. We received hundreds of nominations. We narrowed it down to these finalists, and we got one genius. This genius joins the likes of Steve Biko, who has won this award before, Professor Marwala, Chilizi Marwala, who has won this award before, Professor Chifularo, who has won this award before, Aliko Dangote, who has won this award before. So it is very tough company to be in. It is company that is esteemed anywhere that you are around the world. And The winner this year, the genius that we found, is Professor Collen Masimirembwa. Collen Masimirembwa. Collen Masimirembwa is a distinguished professor of clinical pharmacology at the University of the Witwatersrand and president and chief scientific officer of AIBST. He has many awards, including the Callistus Juma Science Leadership Fellow under the Gates Foundation. Outstanding individual.
I mean, it's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. When you are in the business of science, we are always trapped in humility, where we do our things in the labs, and usually nobody notices what we are doing. But I really, for me to be nominated for this award, was both surprisingly sort of inspiring, and for me it would really help me to become a role model for the next generation of scientists, to say these things we work with molecules and with hypotheses to improve human health. Someone is listening, someone is watching, and someone recognizes the value and impact in society. So for me, and it also is a recognition of all the people I've worked with, because you don't do it alone. So for the past 30 years, I've worked with amazing students whom I have supervised, I've mentored. I've worked with many collaborators at the WITS, in Kenya, in Nigeria. So that nomination for me is a collective recognition. And there's nothing that can be better than that. And most importantly, to be recognized at home. Yeah. Because I've received a number of awards globally, but this one is super special in that you feel a sense of that home wants you, home recognizes you, and you are playing your part in the bigger picture.
So be proud of yourselves, be proud of the land, be proud of Africa. Let's celebrate Heritage Month. Let's hope that Heritage Month brings about a new beginning and excitement and positive vibes for all of us here in South Africa. We're always searching and looking for good news. And certainly with the authors that are here today, I certainly know that you will be thrilled as well. Just to proceed to come before the authors, we have invited the Honourable Dr. Mmusi Maimane to speak about excellence, merit, and why it matters as a subject. Sir, please, let's welcome him.
Asante sana. Sanbonan dumelang goeiemiddag, molweni, macheroni, nda. We can, if I have excluded you, it's not by choice, it's really just by accident. Good afternoon, everybody. It's my absolute great privilege to come to this esteemed function. First of all, I want to celebrate my inspiration. Dr. Falala has been one of those South Africans who have demonstrated to me that the art of the impossible, the tenacity to say we have to work harder for an Africa we all dream of. And so when he called and he said, could I come and be here today to the African Genius Awards? I said, firstly, he was knocking at the wrong door, because if you're looking for geniuses, they're certainly not at my house. But secondly, that for him, I could move whatever I needed to move just to be here. And so it's my great honor, sir, and I celebrate your inspiration, what you do. If I can ask this esteemed house just to celebrate this incredible African. So what then do we do in exhibiting excellence in this continent when you look through so many of the exceptional people that we see before us? Let me start by saying, perhaps this is the most opportune time. If you are willing to accept at least my view that says there was something here that we offer the world, that the origins of our continent begin here, then perhaps it's not about claiming a future, it's about reclaiming what is rightfully ours and producing a future that the globe can inherit. So if that be so, then I would argue that globally and everywhere, as we're watching all the isms collapse, whether it's capitalism, socialism, Marxism, whatever the ism you want to use, there's no country that can claim purity on its practice, neither can there be a space where we can say any of these hold solutions for everything that we hold. So if we're going to appreciate a world of genius, it means we face a crunch time, an opportunity to innovate, and an opportunity to demonstrate excellence as Africans. The first opportunity is this, is that we live in a continent where the demographics are proving the fact that we are the continent that is growing. Could we write a different story that says in the next decade, maybe somebody, when they reflect on Africa, they could say, isn't that a continent of thinkers, economies that are growing, innovation, change, and you've been able to solve the human question, which is how do you move people from poverty to the middle class? I see that kind of Africa. I see an Africa where the over trillions of US dollars that are available for investment will come here. I see an Africa where ultimately, as we look here, we can put up our own credit rating institutions, of which one is here. That will tell the people that the cost of capital does not have to be benchmarked elsewhere. It could be benchmarked here. The opportunity is that as Africa catches up in its technological demands, it doesn't have to follow the same developmental path. It could leapfrog. And I saw we are speaking about Kenyans. The Kenyans have been incredible at creating things like M-Pesa, being able to use an opportunity that goes forward. I am waiting and baiting for the next innovators who are going to do more work around an AI tool for Africa, so that when my daughter Googles what does a beautiful girl look like, she doesn't get a blue-eyed, blonde-eyed girl from the US, but gets a pure African, a beautiful African. I want to live in a continent where our resources are being multiplied for the purposes of the continent. As I saw some of the geniuses being able to extract water from air, how much more could we do with the minerals, becoming the battery center in a world that is fast transitioning from carbon to decarbonized technologies going forward? I think about our country, South Africa. The geopolitical location that the Almighty thought it was wise to put us in. By the way, on the side issue, this is my side comment, I might get suspended. I do take the view with those who say, maybe we should rename South Africa. Why should we be defined by where we are? We should maybe call ourselves something else, like Azania. I'm with those people, by the way. We'll debate that outside here. It's not why I'm here. But here's the bit that's exciting, is that as the geopolitics of the world begin to transition, could it not be so that we could maximize the fact that we're surrounded by two oceans, and therefore all of our trade routes, our global trade route, has to pass through either one of our shores? That gives an opportunity for collaboration on defense, on trade. And as the world is at war with each other, East and West, I would argue, as Nkrumah put forward, we don't just look there. We look forward. We look to Africa. Fellow South Africans, this is the moment for Africa to seize. I guess in some ways, genius is a bit like, I heard the famous phrase, what is a black diamond? I don't subscribe to that term in and of itself, because it suggests a black diamond is rare and has to be forged through incredible pressure. It would make it suggest as though to find exceptional black, you have to look hard. But I would argue that it exists. So if that is so, in the midst of this difficult time, in times where things are tense, could we not see an emergence and a celebration of more geniuses as they go forward? So, as we maximize the free trade, as we focus on human-centered development, as we innovate, here's some things that I believe we need to do. The first is to celebrate those who codify, who write, who capture our history to transfer it to the next. I want to congratulate the authors who are here today. Re a leboga, bagolo ba rona. Because I want my kids to live in a continent where they could sit back and go, wait, hang on. My history does not have to be anti. It is. See, we define things as though they are non-white, non-this, non-that. We have to design things as Africans. Construct from where we sit. So fellow Africans, if for anything, I hope you are inspired to believe that it is possible. I hope you are inspired to realize that we have the children, we have the geniuses, we have the minerals, we have the future. And the topic of today was that how do we show African excellence on a global stage? I would argue in the midst of constraint, we have the best opportunity to do likewise. Not only for those who have gone before us and set the world ablaze, whether it's through art, culture, etc., whether it's been Nobel laureates who we all celebrate, but it is that, as all of us can be, demonstrate truly that the future of the world is Africa. And when all of us stand up one day and say we are Africans, we can say, because she is indeed the land of tomorrow, and I recognize her gifts as sacred. God bless you. Thank you very much.